Hi there everyone, excuse the Santa, but today I'm going to be doing an updated layout tour. So guys, something just to keep in mind before we begin, so I did in fact incorporate the turntables that I had from that I bought at IKEA, and I did incorporate them into my wooden railway layout, but however, I pretty much changed almost the whole layout, so yes, I will be showing you that today. So before we get into detail, here's an overview. Some things you may think look a bit different, some things are the same, some things never moved. So yes, pretty exciting that we have a brand new layout. Well, not brand new, but a new one. So I guess we could start here. The thing I did here was this. Instead of making this one, I made this a switch here. So this line goes to the sheds, this line goes to the mainland, this line goes to where duck is, to a switch, and then one line loops into Knotford Station where Rosie is and into the sheds, and the other line goes straight to that section. This back line comes here, and then it loops up to, yes, there's an abandoned coach right here, and it loops to where this bridge is, and it comes down here. Then I had to take out that bridge that I had there. It was honestly flying apart, and then that just loops over there. So yes, that's what happened over there. This I moved here, and I put two lines here. So yes, two lines will be here. Then they each sort of loop around. It gets kind of complicated. So platform number 2 loops over here. Oh dear, I'm just on everything. It comes to where Billy is, to where this is familiar still, and then underneath Gordon's Hill to where James is. And then over there, but I'll have to get over there. So this is where it gets very complicated. James' line goes to the switch where the diesel sheds are and where Nia is. If he were to take this line, he would go past Ben, and he would go this way, and that loops around the Knotford Station. Or this line behind Nia comes underneath the narrow gauge layout to where Hero is, and then back that way. So yes, that changed. Platform number 3, you can see it, goes here to where Daisy is, and 3 and 4 come to where Daisy is, to where Gordon's Hill is, down, comes down to where this T-switch is, and one of the lines goes to the shed, and the other line goes straight. So yes, the T-switch, this one line comes here, and didn't really have a track piece, so those kind of just have to sit like that. Then that comes to where the turntable is, and I decided to put dodge on it. So I put a turntable here at the shed, and now there's 3 lines. So anyways, I believe I was here. We have some engines at the sheds. We have Dodge, so Top and Hat, Molly, Tom, and Harvey, and Miriam back here. I just thought I'd put it here. But they are at the sheds and such. I don't know why this is even knocked over. But, yes, so that's here. This line right here leads to where Porter is. And this is the docks side track, so obviously Toby, he doesn't work at the docks, but you'll see him and Cody in the next TWR episode. Their line loops to here, comes to where Timothy is, and then his line comes to here. And then that track is still the same. Then there's a line I made down the middle, so this is Oliver, and his line goes underneath the bridge, then where Thomas's line is, so that can go to the sheds or to Gordon's Hill, which leads to Knotford Station, which leads, don't think I should have where platform 4 goes. That one goes to the narrow gauge layout to where Mavis is, underneath the narrow gauge layout to where Ben is. So all this kind of loops around. And then the narrow gauge layout, that completely got remodeled. And the mainland got remodeled a bit. It got a little bit shorter. So yeah, basically the same same layout, but just a little bit smaller now. And then at the mainland, it got extended because it has a bridge now that I built here. So I thought that was pretty cool, and the Flying Scotsman's on it. And then over this way, I'll show you the narrow gauge layout. So when I was building this layout, I was also going to put this turntable over here. Then I realized it would make more sense to have it here because the narrow gauge layout is literally just a huge loop. So it would make sense. So it would make sense for the engines to have a turnaround point, and I thought it was a pretty good idea. And I thought that looked better there. So we have Mike and Bert. I didn't know where to put them, so they're on the narrow gauge layout for now. Yeah. Although they look huge compared to Scully and Linnaeus. Like, he looks huge. And then, so this track here, this is a new line. This line just leads to a siding where Mike is. And then this line leads to here. It goes over a bridge to where Duke is. And then that's 2 lines of standard gauge. And the standard gauge track goes under the narrow gauge. There's a tight corner right here where Duke is. Then where Fearless Freddy is. And look at that, the sheds aren't there. His line comes to the switch where Wesley is. And then that I kept the same. All over here is still the same, so I don't need to go into detail about that. But then we have this line here that goes another bridge where Podius is. Then it just loops them back over there. So yes, these 2 lines come to one, but then we have Scully and Linnaeus in the shed I moved here. Because that would be easier for them, I figured, so they can get their shed here. Well, that's the narrow gauge sheds. And then this can be where all the narrow gauge engines talk in Gaza at night and such. So yes, that is the narrow gauge layout, and it's cool how it goes or intervenes with the standard gauge layout. So yes. So I think I basically covered what I changed. So most of it stayed the same. But some things just got moved. But mostly everything got moved. Oh, this station where floor used to be on the narrow gauge layout, but now it became a standard gauge destination. So yes. So yes, there'll be a TWR video coming out tomorrow on Wednesday. So yes, thank you for watching, and yes, bye.